Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everybody to Halal Portfolios today's session, which is daily investing analysis on the entire cryptocurrency market, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Zcash, that we give you the analysis on daily basis, and I update you guys as well in the community. So if you're not part of the community, join our community. It is the best community in the world because we trade cryptocurrencies that are halal and we analyze them on through supply and demand. Okay, let's go and start um, and see what is happening. So let's start first with US dollar because I have talked about this quite a lot. It's always part of our daily analysis session. So you can see that this continuation after the double top is going on, and we had a scenario like this playing out as well. You can see it has broken this level as well as this recent support level, and it's trying to hold it, but it is failing. So uh, it's still somewhere in between. We can expect the same to happen again. We want a correction to 99.44 before continuation to the downside. Or if it goes above this, then this will probably be happening next time. So we need to have all these in play. It will go on a freeway and it will keep falling once the price moves below 98.59. So far it is good. If we check this other US dollar chart, it is going perfectly according to our long-term analysis, which is, if you see, it's just the beginning of the US dollar crash or drop against all the other currencies, which is a good thing for crypto. Let's see now USDT. This is the other driver of the crypto market because obviously USDT is the stable coin. If we see a drop in stable coin means people actually sell their stable coins and they buy BTC or crypto. That's how we can truly understand the movement of the whales. So I did mention this place to you guys, and you can see right before reaching, we had a rejection from a very small resistance, which is not even so important, but it made the price fall. It was due to a lot of demand in the market, but if we see it on another perspective, it can again do the same thing, which it hasn't done. Maybe we will get rejection fully from this uh, downtrend that we have, then continue going down, or it will actually try to break this as a fake out on 6.5 again. Now, what else can happen? If today, tomorrow, next week, the price closes below these levels, especially first below this line of support that we have, then below this main demand zone, then we can expect these two formation to actually play in the market in the upcoming days and weeks, which is a good thing, which shows that December might actually be green. But let's not speculate. That's not what we do. We take all the probabilities, we trade based on that. Again, BTC dominance chart had a rejection, and you can see it is still holding this line of support, but this has become a weak support now. If you check this out, we had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, or even 7 times if you consider the first one, it has gotten touched again and again. So we can expect to actually break this level, which is good for altcoins. Now, we saw USD, we saw. So we saw USD, we saw Bitcoin dominance, which we can confirm. Altcoins can come down, but still, if you see on daily, this might still play out because we haven't reached this level fully to take to actually test the level of supply. It was rejected from here. So can it actually go down? We will see once it closes before below 59. Then we can expect a continuation toward this level, then to lower level, then to the lowest of the lowest, which our altcoins will rally so much, and you can see already things have started moving. Total. So in the previous analysis, total was here. We got perfect rejections, and since 2 days I haven't updated you guys, so these 2 daily candles has happened so far, and today it is again trying to actually come to test 3.24 trillion. But if it cannot break this level, I will still expect it to come back down here. But there's one more slight difference here, is that it made a higher low here instead of here. You can see that this has happened here. It could easily turn into a fake out, but if it doesn't, what could it mean is we have found supports again and again. It can really push the price to break this level. This also means that, because you can see we have on a higher low, and then continuation of this small uptrend that is forming, and the total chart in lower time frames. If we come on total 2, you can see that this was actually a valid thing that I showed you guys earlier as well, and in the community, that what if we get a retest from here and actually try to break. It is quite possible if that is something that is going to happen. If not, we can expect further down something like this in the market. That's why it's necessary for both of these charts, for all 3 of these charts, to actually break these resistances that previously they broke below. I will update the total chart, but next time. We don't have much time now. Others is back to this level, still weak. That's why a lot of altcoins are not performing well. And this is the BTC chart, still on this resistance and below 93, still bearish. But we did have this dump that I mentioned to you guys. The problem is that we didn't fully come to this level that we wanted, same as total chart. We could have bought Bitcoin and take it till here. But the thing is that we want to be disciplined enough to wait for it, because we have taken it out here. We have taken it out here. If we enter a little bit later but confirmed, it's absolutely fine. We can maybe even expect a structure like this forming, then it breaks, then it comes back, then it breaks even higher, back to the higher level. So that's one of the probabilities. Um, if we keep sticking to that, then it becomes a kind of a speculation. So let's not do that. Let's wait and see what will be the reaction here. The price can still come and retest this level. We can maybe enter there if that is something that we're gonna do. And yeah, the same I expected for Ethereum. So you can see that this has happened, but not fully to this level. So it still makes me wonder why. One thing is that maybe the demand is so great that it might actually break this level. So that is like 60-70% chance that this time we will actually break this level. If this happens, then we will go straight to $3,600. No pause in between. This is a key level that you need to take a look at before actually reaching the $3,900 and $4,000 level. But I still think that we might get some kind of correction like this if the breakout happens, but not fully in the zone like this to give us a very good opportunity to buy. So it's important to understand that it might just continue from here. Let's see. If you come back on the daily, the previous candle close wasn't actually a breakout. It was a breakout above this. That's why you can say and argue that this is holding because there was a break by this previous candle. We can see something like that actually playing. Welcome, Adibullah. ETH BTC is trying to also break this level, but we do have a major level on top of it. That's why it is still early to celebrate the bull market. There is no bull market. There is no um, alt season or something like that. We still need to wait a lot. We will get some alt rallies, by the way, inshallah, in the upcoming times, but that is still not for sure. We cannot tell the future, but we will see how things are going to play. Now, Solana did come perfectly. So if you were in the community group, I gave you guys this, but the problem is that unfortunately I had to get out of the house and go for an invitation. That's why I missed this trade, but later we took Zcash, and I'll show you the Zcash chart that how it went. But we're still in another trade because if Solana is performing well, that trade of us inside Ray is going to perform much better. And the reason that Solana did perform well from there was that the BTC chart held and Solana was at its level of buying, which if Bitcoin, Ethereum didn't come, you could have just taken Solana. Look at the returns. Don't tell me I didn't give you. I gave you the exact $128 line. Even in the previous analysis, I showed you this, and you can see it exactly happened. Now we are in a level of resistance that it needs to break, but Solana against BTC is very strong. Solana against Ethereum is also becoming strong. If we just update our line and put it here, we can see that uh, it has found a great support and it is getting very strong to push toward the upside. Let's take a look at Zcash. Didn't I just give you guys this roadmap and I shared it with you in the community group? Look at how perfectly it went. The problem is that one thing happened that when I took this trade and took profit in it, you can see that previously we did as well, but the point is that today and even last night I missed it again due to the different timing. We were asleep. What can we do? We can't actually take everything. But the thing is, it went. Another good thing is that we still have a lot of room to trade Zcash later. So if you have Zcash on your long term, which I just exchanged another coin that we had on our portfolio to Zcash as well. So I am holding a good amount of Zcash, and that is in profit and has recovered some of the losses of that coin, which I was holding for long term. But you can see that we have a long way to go toward the highs. We can trade actually the next level much more confirmed. Then let's see if that happens. So it has reached its endpoint. It's a clear structure that it has reached its endpoint. It might actually push above this to make some people trapped, then come back to these levels. So I'm trying to give you a roadmap just in case it comes back down in the future to these levels. If you see something, sorry, if you see something like this happening, it might just come back down here, first thing, or it might just come back here. You can buy here, okay? Or it might just break so good and hold this line, then continue. So you can then trade from 400 to $444. This is the next roadmap that you're looking at on Zcash. I will go through you guys' questions, you'll have to unmute your mic because I can't keep coming and seeing the chats. It's much better so you can talk and let me know what you want me to analyze or give me your questions so I can do it faster. But let me finish these. So another reason for this great move on Zcash was, which I didn't tell you guys, was ETH BTC. You can see the same formation here in lower time frames and even in the high time frame that it did reach a great level of demand, which was here. And since then, you can see this happening, but we're still about to, it's trying to break this resistance. And once it does, it will perform so great. All the money from Ethereum and Bitcoin will be poured into this. It doesn't mean that they will come against this. It just means that they will give opportunity to new people to actually go trade that, and they will push this coin to go even higher. And we have another level here, and we have another level here. So have your eyes on these levels once they reach. Same thing can be said for Bitcoin. We have these levels to look into. Oh my God, what is this? Let's see how this will play. Okay, gold. Gold against Bitcoin is getting weaker and weaker, and we can see a good formation of rejection candles on this level of supply. If we just clear everything and I show you what has happened before, maybe it will happen again, so we are prepared. You can see this down movement. For all this time, gold was performing well against BTC, but now we are in this level of supply that we had breakout and then a continuation from here, and we're now back to the same level. Now this is on monthly, and what would that mean is a continuation. If we see a great continuation, we might actually see something like this happening again, but here. So if this happens, it means Bitcoin will truly go and break even all-time high, but let's again not speculate because anything is possible. Gold might just break and start moving higher. We don't know, but the probability for now is for this to come down. We have another level of support here that recently it was broken, and since then Bitcoin was underperforming gold. Okay, gold against USD. Another very, very good indicator is this chart. So we got again another great rejection here. So let me clear some of the things that hasn't happened. So this also hasn't happened, but let's put it here just in case it happens later. Then I'll show you how it's going to move. But this is quite a probability for now to actually come lower, then break this trend line, then break this support, then continue coming back to $4,000, then continue going even lower. So gold is having a formation the same way like Bitcoin had recently. Now it's for gold. If you don't believe me, take a look at this. We had a high, we had a lower high forming here. Then on the next lower high, I again got you guys out, and you can see the continuation of how it happened. Now gold has the same, almost the same pattern that it can continue falling down. And if this trend line is broken, then it's guaranteed. Because the sell pressure will be so much that all the money will be poured into Bitcoin and crypto. And that's what we actually need for a good rally in the market. Okay. So let's take a look at the other chart of Bitcoin that I had previously. How valid it is still. You can see that on weekly, the weekly candle closed below this line. Even though the market seems like we are going up, if this doesn't close above $94,000, it will not go up to 106, which is this resistance. Then we have 115,000, then we have 124,000. None of it will happen if it cannot go up. It's still on a bearish trend. Bro, look at this breakout. It is a significant breakout. I am not saying that I am bearish and Bitcoin will fall, but the chart is telling you that it is in a bearish structure. And we can see this, this entire roadmap. I made the drawing back in 111, $112,000 before all this happened. And I tweeted on Twitter as well, just in case it happens later, so I can brag and tell you that didn't I tell you? So it's not really hard to understand supply and demand once you have a good knowledge of it, have your chart always ready, and you find the mistakes, you correct them, you do backtest, you do some hard work, right? Then you can see all this happening in front of your eyes. Then you will have the confidence to trade the same way that I do. And that's exactly what I teach you. But first, go and finish the free module that is there, at least. If you're willing to reach this level of analysis, first finish the free module that is there. Then, if you cannot afford, ask me for scholarship, I'll let you in on premium. Otherwise, it's as cheap as it can be, which is less than $1 a day for 1 year membership. But if you want to pay on monthly, it's $49 a month. It's still very cheap than so many other memberships out there because it is a Sharia compliant and halal way of trading. That's why we encourage everybody to actually come and study. That's why it's very cheap according to what we provide you, like daily mentorship, everyday analysis, weekly backtesting, and all the modules, a good community of traders. Uh, what else do you want? Then still, if you don't want to study, then don't complain if your life doesn't improve. Don't complain then. Okay, I think we're done with the entire market. These are the stock markets. It's none of our business, although they also look bullish at this point. Some of them. Let's go to your questions, guys. Let me know if you guys have questions. Let me tell the community that if they have questions too. Guys, tell me your questions.
Assalamu alaikum, wise.
Wa alaikum assalam, bro. Who's speaking?
Adebola.
How are you, Adibullah?
I'm good. Can we look at the chart for LTC and Filecoin?
LTCN?
Filecoin, FIL.
Filecoin or Filecoin?
File, FIL.
FIL. Okay. So, bro, I shared
Yeah.
this with you as well right today and before it actually happened for Litecoin. I guess few days back. It was around here, so I made this drawing and I told you that it is quite possible that we see this structure forming. And right now, if you see, the one thing that is missing, let me fix that, is actually this. So below that is a fake out or a deviation, whatever you want to call it. You can see we have a, what is this pattern called? Reverse head and shoulder. It is a very bullish structure. If it plays, but still you'll need to confirm with supply and demand. So far it shows that it will go to 87,000. Sorry, $87. I keep saying thousand because
Okay.
of Bitcoin. But then once it actually breaks this level, we can expect higher levels and higher levels and higher levels up until all-time high. This recent high that it did back to 100. So something like this is quite possible, but after it actually exits this zone that everybody right now, all the futures traders and gamblers, they have their stop losses here. So once we liquidate all of them, then the market will keep going up. Then the long traders will set their stop losses here. Okay?
Okay.
Let's take a
Yeah.
look at Filecoin. So this as well I shared earlier. And if you still want to trade this, which it hasn't moved much, I'm going to give you my analysis again. So always zoom out in the chart and see how it is looking like, and daily and weekly. So you can see that we had a level of support previously, followed by a fake out lower than that, which is this fake out. So far, the price kept closing above this. There is a chance for this to move back higher. If we break a trend like this, then it will first try to go till the end of the trend line, which is here. And it also aligns with this recent resistance. Now, once it moves above this, then the range becomes bigger, and what you're going to see here is bigger ranges forming. But let's see how it will play until it reaches there. So tell me, where's your entry? Have you taken an entry in this?
No.
You want to take an entry.
Yeah, I already have LTC and Filecoin, but since last week I did not do anything.
Okay, so it's quite possible to do something like this. So this goes for the both formation and the lower time frame. So let me explain it to you if you want to take an entry where you should take an entry. So if you see this candle actually closed as bullish, what you can do is if you take an entry here right now, it is possible that it will go up,
Okay.
but your stop loss is going to be a lot bigger, around 7%. But if you're just DCAing, means dollar cost averaging, then it is good. Even here was good. When the first time I shared it, you could have just entered. But if you want to take more confluence in the market and be sure that this might play out, you can wait for it to actually break this, move toward this resistance first, then enter on this retest, or enter on this retest and then take these rides. So this is according to 4 hour. Very
Okay.
simple, bro. It might just take you back to the low as well. So see if what suits you, which style is your style. If you if you don't want to miss anything, although you can see there's a rejection, if you still don't want to miss anything, you can enter here with 1 or 2% loss. Once a 1 hour, 4 hour candle closes below this line, you can get out with very small stop loss. But then there's none of the things I
Okay.
say as a financial advice.
All right.
Okay, more questions.
Um, Wise. I think about 2 days ago, you um analyzed that it's likely Bitcoin goes down,
Which one? Sorry,
probably
which one?
six
Bitcoin?
Bitcoin
Yeah.
on the 100x ideas group. You mentioned that it's likely Bitcoin goes back to 86, 85, but just about 1 or 2 hours after that, it went down, moved up again. So I was
Y-
somehow confused because I
No,
was
no, bro.
expecting
Let
it
me
to
let
come
me
down
explain
really
it.
well.
If you go and watch the last previous 2 3 sessions on the daily analysis, the thing is this map hasn't changed. You can go and confirm it with the previous ones. Okay. First of all, this map hasn't changed. We are in a downtrend still until You see,
Yeah.
it's just right now, as we are speaking, it is breaking this trend line, okay? But a trend
Okay.
line breakout is confirmed once we move above this 94,000. Then it might not even get rejected from 96 and we go straight to 100K. Okay, that's the first possibility.
Okay.
But I'm trying to take every scenario. So the first scenario was that the Bitcoin price will actually come here, then try going up or breaking this level. You can see that it almost happened. Not exactly at this level. It happened on a
Yeah.
lower time frame. When it closed above this,
Yeah.
it was by here. But then you will have to have different methods of analysis and take this trade. So what I did at that time, I gave the Solana analysis as well. I said that it reached almost, not almost, like it reached the point of my entry. I
One
shared
to
this on
six.
public, but
Yeah.
then I said I am looking to get inside this, but because I was busy, I couldn't get in. So you could have taken it. It's much more even profitable than what Bitcoin did. But the thing is, the roadmap is still same. Nobody can ever tell exactly where it goes, but I did tell you as much as I could in my knowledge of how the levels react. So this reaction was quite obvious, and this going up is also quite obvious, but still what we are looking at is a breakout above this level, then a continuation till here. Then the next probability is if a breakout happens, it might just retest something like this, then break this with force, then later make something like this and break even higher and never come back to these levels. That is also a possibility because you know why? Once it is the feature of Bitcoin, once it goes above resistance, it is really hard to come back and give you a higher low. I'm gonna give you the example here, for example. Look, it happened only once, but even that higher, once we broke this, once we broke, it came once down, then it just kept continuing up. So we can expect different things to happen in the structure of the market because nobody knows, nobody in the world knows. If somebody claims that he knows, then don't trust him. That is my advice. I'd say that I don't know, but what I know is the skills that I have that I can tell where is the correct level of supply and demand and the experience that I put through. Then it comes the market execution. Even if I miss a trade, I take another trade. I always have different trades to take. For example, what I did today, let me show you. I sent it in the private group as well. Where is that? Look, I gave this trade on Ray, but this is a high risk
Yeah.
trade, and I did mention that it can go up, and you can see it's still holding pretty well. It can go up till here, then even higher. But if it closes below, then I will get out. Even if later something like this happens, it comes down a bit, takes me out, then goes up, I'm not gonna be bothered. It doesn't hurt me, bro. Because first my analysis says to actually get out, then if I get out, the probability will be something like this happening. So I avoid this to actually take me in further loss. And with proper risk
Okay.
management, you always win. What else is the question? Is it clear now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You wrote a 4-star review. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. I
I
think
saw
that's
it.
easy for me.
Hmm. That's actually
So,
good. Thank you.
Wise, do you
Yes, bro.
do you advise I register on MEXC?
I didn't understand, bro.
Ray is not available on Bybit. ZEC is also not available on Bybit. Only available in Perpetual.
Hmm.
So for now, I don't use any XC.
Bro, you can use on-chain. You can change the you can use decentralized exchanges to buy as well. For example, you can buy Ray with Solana and USDC inside Solana wallet. One option. The other option is you can use MEXC exchange to actually buy these. So you can have different exchanges. I think it's also available in Gate.io. It's also available in KuCoin. You can use those and see if you can get KYC in those. But if you want to use a decentralized one, you can use um, Radium. Use Radium to buy Ray. Like it's the decentralized exchange inside.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I think the session is done. You guys don't have more questions. Be sure if you have hit me in the community groups so other people can also learn from your questions. Then I will answer them. Otherwise, you can keep your question or write them down there and tell me to show you in the chart. Then I will consider those in the daily mentorship or daily investing analysis that we do. Have a good day. Allah Hafiz.